It's now time for one of our absolute favorite segments of the entire
Jane,
week.
you're
Yes,
so
it's
nice.
Mike on the Money. We love when Mike Giordano is here. And to start off with, we look at the economy. The markets are at all-time highs. Unemployment is near all-time lows. And yet, a recent survey found that more than 3/4 of Americans, you all, are anxious about your financial situation. Our financial situations. Mike Giordano, financial advisor with Williams Wealth Management, is going to help us fix that today, right, Mike? Let's start with why. What's causing this anxiety, especially when we look at the markets just going straight up every day?
Yeah, I mean, you had all the statistics there. Low unemployment, high market prices. It should feel pretty good for people. But I think the biggest worry right now is inflation. That's what I hear most of the time from people all over the board. And the problem with inflation is that once inflation comes, even if prices relatively stabilize, it still takes a while for you to psychologically go, okay, I'm adjusting to these new prices. And so it's going to take a little bit of time for people to get there, because when you're paying more for groceries, you're paying more for rent, you're paying more to try to buy a house, it really is frustrating. And then obviously, your cell phone, this thing is the comparative culture, right? I mean, keeping up with the Joneses. So there's that element too that we have to face today.
Okay, so now if we're going to take action, if people are feeling a little bit anxious, where do they begin? Where do we just start?
Yeah, the first thing you got to begin is in your mind. You got to figure out what your goals are, and think about what those big picture goals are that you're trying to accomplish. Don't even necessarily think about the money. If you think about the goals, that will help you kind of elevate yourself, get you excited about what is it that I want to do that can help me bring satisfaction to my life. Once you've done that, then you want to start thinking about how can you bring some intentionality into your spending. So you want to think about what you can control, and then you want to think about maybe what you control. And then what are the big ticket items that really matter in your life? So like buying a used car versus a new car, buying an expensive house versus something a little bit less expensive, and you try to get the happy medium there.
I like that you like to start with the big stuff.
Yeah,
Get
start
those
with the
big
big
goals. Yeah, so we've got that big picture. Now, what are the mechanics of improving the situation to actually achieve those goals?
Yeah, so this is where you're trying to think through, like, how am I going to take all the money that I make? So let's say you make $10,000 a month. How are you going to funnel that into the right buckets of money? So the first thing you want to think about is getting your money into savings. It's best to pay yourself first. And the way you pay yourself first is you get that money going to your 401k, you put money in your IRA, get your money in your brokerage accounts, get money into savings, start paying down.
Most people aren't doing that, though, are they? That's the hard...
20% is the goal here, but if you're at 1 or 2%, don't beat yourself up. Just try to get to 3, 4, 5%. So you're trying to start with wherever you are and work your way up. So there you see it. There it is on the board, right? 20% to savings, any kind of high interest credit card debt, you want to knock that stuff down. That big 50% bucket is all of your needs. That goes into your mortgage, your rent, car payments, insurance, all that stuff. You want to keep that at less than 50% of your overall money. So if you're making $10,000, that's about a $5,000 bucket. If you get those two buckets right, that 30% bucket, spend however you want to spend it. If you want to spend it on concert tickets, Taylor Swift, like Gabby likes to do that. If you want to go to the mall, if you want to go on vacation, use that 30% however you want. Those first two buckets are the absolute most key, critical ones.
And I love that you gave us percentages there, because that fits anybody's budget. Look at percentage. Right. Okay, so now we've worked through all of that. Where do we focus our investments as people are watching those numbers go up on Wall Street and all the categories? Look there first, or where do we go?
Yeah, so the first thing you're doing is you're looking at all those goals. So we start off with the goals, take a look at the goals, rank those goals. What are the most important goals? Start there and figure out, okay, how far am I financially from that goal? Is that goal a $20,000 goal and I'm already 15? Then you know how much more you have to put in. You also want to take a look at how far away you are in time. Am I 10 years away from retirement? Okay, I can put money in the stock market. If I'm 2 years away from retirement, I need more money that's, in bonds or even in cash. So that's how you want to think about your investments, is based on each of your individual goals.
I think everybody's going to sleep better tonight, Mike.
I hope everybody feels better.
Yeah,
do you feel better?
I feel better. I can feel the anxiety melting away. Mike Giordano with Williams Wealth Management. Thank you so much.
You bet.